Hi, welcome to my TBR prompt jar. Fix my reads for the month of October. October. I really, truly don't know how we've already gotten to the point where I'm picking my TBR for October, but here we are. So, like I've said a million times at this point, I am so excited for fall reading. I've been going full-fledged fall vibes for like all of September, even though it only just recently officially became fall. But I'm really excited to continue the vibes, hoping I can pull some of my more fall-coded reads off this cart with these prompts, but I guess we'll just have to see. I'm wearing my little fall denim shirt. I wish I had something that was more like October spooky coded, but that's okay. At least I'm still channeling the fall vibes, you know? Like I said in the last video, I actually don't have very many, oh, there's a piece of hair in here. I actually don't have very many prompts left in here. I know that might kind of look like a lot, but it's actually very few. I tossed a few new ones in here a little bit ago just to make sure I had a few like fall coded options that I could potentially pull, but I don't know what the rest of the ones that are still in here are. We'll be learning that together because I think I made this prompt jar sometime at the beginning of the year. So I really have no idea what's left in here, but I'm really excited to see, and I'm really excited to pick a really good October TBR. I've been picking between 6 and 7 every month, and I think I'm gonna go 7 again. We're still waiting to see if I'm going to finish all 7 from last month, but I don't know. 7 just feels right, you know? It feels good. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, prompt number 1. Okay, something with ghosts. Well, I know for a fact that Masters of Death by Olivie Blake has ghosts. I would guess that there might be some ghosts in Mexican Gothic. Honestly, those truly might be the only options. I don't know much about a lot of the books on this cart plot-wise. So, I don't know if Mexican Gothic has ghosts, but I think the little tagline at the top says, Gothic novel about an isolated mansion in 1950s Mexico. House begins to invade Noemi's dreams with visions of blood and doom. But I don't know if there's any ghosts. Honestly, why do I also kind of feel like the Night Circus could have ghosts? But I have no way of proving that, and I also think I have no way of proving there's ghosts in here unless I look it up. Are there ghosts in Mexican Gothic? Okay, I think it's a safe bet to pick this one. I don't know whether there are actual ghosts or she just thinks that the house is haunted, but either way, there's talk of ghosts in this. So this is definitely an option. I think I would rather do this one. Why do I feel like low-key there might also be ghosts in the Poppy War? Gods and powers. I don't know, I feel like there could be ghosts in here, but I really don't know. So putting her back, I feel like I might have to do this one because the two main characters in this are literally a vampire and a medium, and they both have to work together to help some ghosts move on. So this is really ghost-centric. As much as I would love to get to Mexican Gothic, maybe I'll have another opportunity to pull this. So book number 1 is going to be Masters of Death by Olivie Blake, which I'm so excited. I love Olivie Blake's writing. Her style is just so unique and so interesting. I think she's an incredible writer. Also, this book is genuinely just really beautiful. But literally, if I was gonna pick anything for ghosts, it should be this, because it literally says, when Viola, which is the vampire, seeks out Fox, the medium, to help her with the ghost-infested mansion, he becomes inextricably involved in a quest that neither he nor Vi expects or wants. With the help of an unruly poltergeist, a demonic personal trainer, a sharp-voiced angel, a love-stricken reaper, and a few mindfulness-practicing creatures, Vi and Fox soon discover that the difference between a mysterious lost love and an annoying dead body isn't nearly as distinct as they thought. So, honestly, perfect read for spooky season, I fear. So, this is exciting. We're off to a good start. I love doing this so much. Okay, prompt number 2, have a cover you love. Okay, I have a lot of covers I love, to be honest, and I guess I'll pull a couple of them, but I think I know what I have to grab for this prompt. There's really only one right answer. I really love The Ministry of Time. I think this cover is so cute. It's just very eye-catching. It's very colorful. I love the vibes of it. It like looks like it would be a time travel story, which it is, so I love that. I honestly really love the cover of Night Bitch, even though it's literally just a hand holding meat. But the cover that I am really drawn to the most at the moment on my cart that would be perfect for next month and that I'm very excited to get to is You Again by Kate Goldbeck. I have had this since last fall. Please tell me this isn't the perfect fall cover. Yeah. This is the second year it's been on my fall TBR, and I fully intend to get to it this time around. I say this every time, but the extent of my knowledge about this is that it is a modern take on When Harry Met Sally, like a little When Harry Met Sally retelling, and the characters live in New York and are pretty unlikable from what I know. So Shuba recently told me though that she really loved it. She read it recently. I think she gave it like 4 or 4.5 stars. So very excited about this. High hopes. Hopefully I love it. I love this cover. Okay, prompt number 3. Okay, I got Roomie Chooses a Read. One of my roommates is actually here right now, but she's working, so I'm just gonna send her a picture of the cart and have her pick. I just sent her a picture of the cart and said, can you pick one of these? And we will circle back when we hear from her. Okay, moving on to prompt number 4 while we wait. Well, I was about to say I don't know that I have an option for this, but I actually think that I do. So prompt number 4 is a book originally written in another language. And I think I have 2 options for this. Actually, I have 3. I have 3, actually. I just realized there might be more, but to my knowledge, these 3 are the main contenders. The front runner is My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry by Fredrik Backman. All of, or most of, Fredrik Backman's books are originally written in Swedish. Let me make sure that this one is translated. Yeah. I love Fredrik Backman, so obviously my first instinct is to do this, but I do have 2 other options. I have The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, which I did try to read. I made it to page 20 something, I think, and this is an incredibly short book. It is like 100 something pages. It's really, really small. I don't know what I was expecting from it, but I couldn't really get into it the first time I tried it. But I know a lot of people consider this like their all-time favorite book. I don't know if it's considered a classic or a modern classic, but that's like the vibes of this. But it was also translated and it could be an option. And then I also have 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, which I have been wanting to read for a really long time. I read In the Time of Cholera in high school. For the most part, I did do it for a project, so there were parts that I skimmed, but I love magical realism in art. But I don't know, something about this, maybe it's just like the vibes of the cover, something about it screams summer to me. So I don't think I would do this one right now. It's probably between these 2, and honestly, I really love Fredrik Backman. I meant to get to this, I think this was on my July TBR, and I think I read like 5 pages. So I think I'm gonna do Fredrik Backman. I think a monthly TBR really feels complete when there's a Backman book on it, so I think I'm gonna go My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry. I honestly haven't heard very much about this book in comparison to like his other works that are pretty popular, but from my understanding from having read the back and regurgitated the back multiple times in videos, this is about a 7-year-old girl named Elsa whose grandmother passes away and leaves behind a bunch of letters apologizing to people she wronged over the course of her life and asks Elsa to go deliver them. So Elsa basically meets a bunch of people that knew her grandmother, that were part of her grandmother's life in some way, and it turns into this big adventure. It says her grandmother's instructions lead her to an apartment building full of misfits, monsters, attack dogs, and old crones, but also to the truth about fairy tales and kingdoms and a grandmother like no other. So I'm really excited. Okay, this is going to be book number 3. Let's check in and see if Mad picked something. Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. She has picked The Last Flight by Julie Clark, which is very exciting because I know this is on Kindle Unlimited, or at least it was the last time I was looking on Kindle Unlimited. I hope it's still there. But I thrifted this last year and then it's just been sitting on my cart for forever. So it's time. This is good. This is good. This is a good pick. I know that this is a thriller. It's about 2 women who have a chance encounter at the airport and they both are like looking to escape their lives in some capacity, and they decide to switch places, switch identities, and then I don't know if we follow both or just one. We follow just one of the women as she assumes the identity of the other and kind of unveils all the secrets that this woman was keeping in her life, and it just seems very interesting. Very, very interesting. I've never read like a life swapping, identity swapping book, so I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. So this is gonna be book number 4. Okay, prompt number 5. A book with magic. Okay, that is perfect for this month. I have so many books with magic. Okay, I'm feeling like I should pick something that's on my 24 and 2024 list. And of the ones on this list, the ones that have magic are Dance of Thieves, Swordcatcher, Caraval, I think These Violent Delights, Powerless, The Poppy War, and Babel, but I don't have a physical copy of Babel. I don't really know of those which one is speaking to me the most. What if I didn't want to do that? What if I actually didn't want to pick from that list? Oh, I don't know. Like I'm feeling like maybe Caraval, or I could do A Court of Wings and Ruin and continue the ACOTAR series because I would really like to be done with that before the end of the year. And I don't have any crazy long reads on the list so far. Might have to do this. I've had it for a thick minute at this point. It's been since February. Like I read the 2nd book in the series in February, and I really would like to be able to start Throne of Glass next year. I think I'm gonna do it. I think it's time. I know Brielle is literally jumping for joy right now. I have to. So that was like the weirdest selection process, I feel like. I'm going with it. If you're unfamiliar with ACOTAR, the series, this is the 3rd book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. Obviously can't tell you much about where we're at in this book, but mostly because I don't think I really remember that much. I remember the general idea of where we left off in the 2nd book, but fairies, fae magic, blooming evil. That's all I got. Yeah, this is going to be book number 5. Okay, with that on there, I feel like maybe I should just do 6 actually, because that is a really long book and that's gonna take me at least a week and a half minimum probably. So let's see what book we get for prompt number 6, and then maybe I'll do a 7th depending. So number 6, a book with a black cover. Okay. Starless Sea, Violent Delights, Ministry of Time, The Atlas 6. Does Billy Summers count as a black cover, or is there too much red? This might be cheating, but this is honestly what is sounding the most intriguing to me of these. Powerless, Carval, The Night Circus, Bad Blood. Bad Blood would be really fun. Finish out the Natural series, and In a Dark, Dark Wood. And I think that's it because the Book Thief is more brown. I actually have quite a few options. Question is if you think that this counts as a black cover. I kind of think it does. I think both of these would be really fun for October, or the Atlas 6. Like the Atlas 6 has really been calling to me lately. Like I almost picked it up during my 24-hour readathon. But I think I fear Billy Summers would be the logical choice. I think it's a black cover with red trees, right? I think so. As much as I would love to put this on the TBR, I'm not going to. I might get to her anyways, but I think we're gonna go with Billy Summers, especially because it's on my 24 and 2024 list, and so far none of these are. So I have to do something. I have to do one of them. So I think Billy Summers is gonna be book number 6. If you haven't heard me talk about Billy Summers like 100 times over, from what I know, this is a thriller written by Stephen King that follows Billy Summers, who is a hitman looking to retire, get out of the hitman business. And so he takes one last job before he gets out forever. And obviously things do not go as planned. And from what I know, I'm pretty sure people say that this kind of like takes a turn and becomes something completely different like halfway through. I'm very intrigued. I know a lot of people love this one. And I've only ever read one other Stephen King book, and it was like in the last couple months. So I'm curious to see how I feel about this one in comparison to that one. So this is gonna be book number 6. And honestly, that's another pretty long one, but what if we just picked prompt number 7 just for fun? Just for fun. Let's see what we get. Prompt number 7. Ooh, a book that became a movie. I do have a pretty good option for this. I feel like it's a good fall read. I have The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. I think this would be another pretty hefty read. I know it's very heavy emotionally, themes-wise, but I know that it's considered a modern classic, and I did put it on my fall TBR, so I think I might have to go with this one because I haven't seen the movie and I would love to watch it. I think I might have to do this. To my understanding, this is about a young girl who is living in Nazi Germany during World War II and discovers books, and her entire worldview is basically challenged and changed as that is happening. And I think simultaneously her family is also hiding a Jewish person in their basement, I think. Liesl finds her life changed when she unearths a single object from the snow. It is the gravedigger's handbook left there by accident at her brother's funeral. It is her first act of book thievery. But these are dangerous times. When Liesl's foster family hides a Jewish man in their basement, Liesl's world is both opened up and closed down. In superbly crafted prose that burns with intensity, award-winning author Markus Zusak has given us one of the most enduring stories of our time. I think I'm gonna do this as book number 7. And somehow I have made the stack incredibly large. But you know what? I'm excited. These are all the books that I'm going to attempt to read in the month of October. So let's run through them really quick. We have Masters of Death by Olivie Blake, You Again by Kate Goldbeck, My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry by Fredrik Backman, Last Flight by Julie Clark, A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas, Billy Summers by Stephen King, and The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. I actually feel like this is a pretty good spread. We've got romance, thriller, fantasy, historical fiction, general fiction. This feels good. This feels like a really nice spread. I feel like if there's any specific mood I'm in at any point, there will be something that I can grab, which that just feels really good and exciting, and I'm so excited to read as much as possible in the month of October. I might throw in a few extra spooky reads in the month just because there are some that I really do want to get to this fall. But hey, fall bleeds into November, so we can handle that down the road if we must. Okay, I think that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!